The Gauge live at the NFR is brought to you by Cavenders and Bill Fick Ford. We cannot forget about Rule Cloth, the Royal Crown Fraternity, and Bailey's House of Guns.
This is The Gauge with host Chance Conradu.
Are you freaking serious? It's Conrado. This is The Gauge, and I am Chance Conrado. On this episode of the podcast, we started out with Shane Hanchey. He swung by so we could talk some game, meaning the game of tie-down roping, which we did. Shane is still sitting first in the average and has got probably the only shot at winning the world right now. If that average money comes in and he does a spectacular run tomorrow night, he will win the world. Maybe. We don't know. All Shad has to do is place, to be honest. But mathematically, it's possible for Shane to do it. So either way, he's put on a pretty great rodeo as far as consistency goes. We also had Jackie Crawford stop by, who is the inaugural, the first ever National Finals Breakaway roping champion. So who better than Jackie Crawford? Sawed off that horn. Got the bun full grown in the oven just about. So it's always fun to talk to Jackie. Super pumped that she's the lady who got it done. After that, we had my buddy Cole Reiner. It's funny. We've been at the same hotel and talking about him coming on the show. And he was like, hey, man, I'm going to win it tonight. He did that. So, of course, he's on the show. Then we had Tyler Waguespack, who had the best draw he's had of the entire rodeo. 3-round split for first place. 3-5 was the time. So that was pretty fun to watch. When you get three guys who do that, it's a lot of fun, especially in the bulldogging. Shad Mayfield, who has not had the greatest luck, but was a good sport. He came on the show. We just talked. We're by no means going to talk about anything that shouldn't be talked about because, look, the kid is awesome. He put himself in such a good position that he could have a bad NFR and still win the world. How many people have ever done that? So all the respect to him. Tough Cooper got it done tonight with the 6-9, won the round, so he was our last guy in. Check it out. Thank you to our partners over at Cavenders. Cavenders has been a trusted cowboy boot and western wear outfitter for over 50 years. Discover why their loyal customers love their collections of western wear. Check them out at cavenders.com for the latest styles. Yeah, he was actually telling me that Madison Bumgarner is allowed to rope on his new contract.
I figured, when he signed that deal with Arizona, I figured that was part of it. Yeah, there's so many team ropings in Arizona.
Oh, absolutely.
Year-round, not even
team roping central.
Yeah.
I like the places out there. You can get like 2-3 acres out there, be there all winter. God, I think I'd live in Arizona.
Yeah, I got a freaking really good friend, Brady Miner. He winters over there, and I want to just go over there for 3 weeks, play golf, and team rope with him.
Yeah, you get 2-3 acres, full arena. You don't have to worry about having cows. They don't care how many horses you have. You don't have to deal with the weird crap you have to worry about around here.
Yeah.
But, all right, so on to the rodeo talk. You know, we're coming into round 9, and you kind of been flying under the radar in the best of ways.
Yeah, I kind of like that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first time I won a gold buckle, I come in 10th, and nobody even really planned on me having a chance until the end of round 10. So. Yeah. I've been here. I've done that, so it's a lot of. Being the hunter instead of the hunted is always a better position for me. You know, I've come in season leader before, and it didn't go very good. But I've come in from the bottom of the pack and I've made a move too, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, it just keep placing, leading the average. It's a great spot to be because as soon as round 10 concludes and that average money hits, the entire world changes.
Yeah, 67,000. That's a big hit. It's a big hit, and especially when it comes to the world standings. So,
hey, dude, no, are you kidding me?
Just letting you know, Grandma's here.
Oh God. Yeah, kids for you. Hey, you got something shiny on your teeth you didn't have before.
No, I had them.
You did?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I've had them for about almost 8-9 months now.
Have you really? Mm-hmm. I didn't notice. Yeah.
31-year-old kid, man.
Wow. Straight teeth.
Yeah.
Professional cowboy.
Yeah.
Well, you got guys like Ryan Jarrett in here. I don't think he would care.
No, he don't care.
Yeah, he's not the traditional pretty boy calf roper like the rest of us.
Not at all.
He changes the whole dynamic. You would think, you'd see him at a ranch rodeo or something. I don't know.
No, you'd see him at an auction barn buying cattle because that's what he does all week. He has to go to the sale barns, and then if you're around him, and it's just you and him, and I remember just this week, and he would just be mumbling like an auctioneer. Like, he's so good at.
Is he good?
He could be an auctioneer because he's been to so many sales. Oh yeah, like he'll just sit there and mumble, you know.
Yeah.
Of course, I can't replicate it because it's so good. But yeah.
Yeah.
I think deep down, post calf roping career,
he'll do that.
RJ would love to be an auctioneer.
How old is he?
37.
Post career is going to come at some point. So yeah, maybe that'll be his gig.
Yeah, but he's underrated as far as being an athlete.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to foot race him.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah, he's a lot. He doesn't look like he'd be as quick as he is, but he's quick.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of athletic guys, I mean, Hunter's kind of back and going, and he's kind of put on a show for another older. I mean, he's 36 years old.
Yeah, no, man, I feel like I know Hunter Herron's roping just as much as anybody, just because the first couple of years when he made the finals, 07, that was when I decided I wanted to rodeo for a living, so I really kind of tuned in and kind of paid attention to what guys were doing and winning, and he jumped right off the screen, him and Matt Shizawa, guys like that. And then I've been able to rodeo with Hunter. I rodeoed with Hunter for a couple years there in 11, 12, 13, 14, and seeing how dominant he was. So for him to put on this kind of show this week is no surprise to me.
Yeah.
I know the hips are a little stiff, but we've been going to play golf every day, and his hips ain't been stiff playing golf.
Yeah. Signings?
We probably played, me, him, Ty Harris played 6 or 7 rounds this week.
Going?
All over. The best one we went to is Texas Rangers Golf Course here on the other side of the interstate. Yeah, but we've Texas Star, Fossil Creek, Coyote Ridge. We've been all over the DFW area.
Yeah, but no shortage of them out there,
for sure. And so it's pretty cool. The weather had been great, you know.
Yeah, it has been super nice. So much better than Vegas as far as the weather.
Oh, for sure. And so we'd get up there and tee off, mid-morning, and then we'd be done by 2 or 3 o'clock, and then get ready for the rodeo. So it's been real cool.
Yeah, super lax compared to the traditional thing.
Oh, man, for sure.
Well, I mean, more and more on the rodeo. I mean, so what has kind of surprised you the most in the tie down? I mean, I've kind of been saying what surprised me the whole time, but I'd like to know what you think. I mean, it being down there's been a lot of kind of, I don't know if you'd call it uncharacteristic things, but a lot of left curves maybe.
Man, it's just, it's so different when you're down there on the battlefield, in a sense. It just comes down to how you react to certain things, and you can have all the confidence in the world, and then if one little thing doesn't go right, your confidence is shook for the rest of the week. I've been in that position. I've had terrible NFRs, dude. I mean, 2011, 2014, 2015, 18 when I come in season leader, like I've been there. So I'm walking around with a lot of confidence right now because I've been in this position too, where I've exceeded, and knowing that on the other side of it, it's a helpless feeling, man.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, we've seen some really. I mean, Shad came in rolling, no doubt.
Well, I think that's kind of the elephant in the room, right? I mean, I think everybody.
It's the thing, like, no one really wants to say it,
right?
But it's right there in your face.
Everybody was talking about Shad Mayfield, rightfully so, and rightfully so. And then you turn on the Cowboy Channel, and there was Shad Mayfield, which, I mean, this sport, like I told you on the podcast, I mean, it's what have you done for me lately, and he's been winning lately, so everybody's going to talk about it. And so it's almost unfair because he had such a big spotlight on him.
It's a lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure. I mean, and he didn't have a great finals last year, and nobody in the field of 15 would have thought that he would have had this much hell.
Yeah.
I mean, I think guys can say what they want, but if you ask them one-on-one, Shad Mayfield placing in 2 out of the first 8 rounds, no way. Maybe not placing in 2 out of the first 8 rounds.
I mean, I got to imagine there's a lot of people who put them on like their fantasy teams and are pretty upset.
For sure. But I mean, that's what's so cool about the Cowboy channels. During the day, when I'm not playing golf, I can
watch it.
Go back and watch. Yeah,
you can.
And I'm watching everything. Great. I'm not just watching the calf roping. I'm watching everything. And man, Sage has had hell in the bull riding, man. He don't look.
He's got 2 qualified rides himself.
He don't look sound. He looks banged up. He looks hurt. You can't help but think that he's a little sore in Bigelow too, in the Bareback.
Yeah.
But for Bigelow, I'll say the same thing. I even said a couple days ago, it's so hard to come back as the reigning world champion and dominate like he did. Like 2014 was my worst NFR, and that was the year after I'd won the world. I thought I was invincible, But coming in, and you put a lot more pressure on yourself especially the year after, than you did obviously the year before. And so it's just tough, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the fear of that thing you said, that what have you done for me lately?
Right.
You win that gold buckle, but there's no sigh of relief because of the way that the rodeo schedule operates.
Right.
So, I mean, you already have to be ready to play the next game. But, yeah, I don't know what it is, the Shad thing. He's drawn a couple good calves. His horse is doing what's right. I just weighed the world on a kid like that shoulder. There's a lot of pressure. They put a lot of stock in him, and he's young. He's got a bright future ahead of him. But we were doing some of the math, and you don't need a whole heck of a lot of money with that average win to take the whole show.
It comes in handy when your cousin / one of your best friends is a CPA.
Yep.
So
so you guys were probably working on the math this morning, huh?
I wasn't, but he had sent me a Excel spreadsheet,
really?
like listed out. Like you would think he works for PRCA Properties or something, but I mean, I'm at the end of the day, dude, I'm really not worried about me needing to win X amount more than Shad in the day money.
Right.
The calf I got tonight, I've been wanting to run this calf all week, man.
Really?
I'm so pumped I get to run this
You
calf.
get a chance to put your hands on it at all?
No, I mean, I watched them. I watched him tire, and I watched him breakaway, and then I watched Corey win the third round on her, and then
was that the calf that he had the 7 flat on?
Yep. And then Milligan tied her in 7.5, and he missed the slack and kind of had all kinds of help. Was still 7.5. So, man, this is a good little pin though, so I think they're all going to be pretty good. But man, I am so freaking ready to run this calf.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. Last night was more of a mistake on my part handling my slack. I thought I'd been pretty good, honestly, all week handling my slack, and last night I didn't do a very good job, so I was pretty upset about that, and I was wanting to bounce back. And then, man, the 10th round, I'll say this, I've backed in there needing to win first to have a chance at a gold buckle, and I've done it last year. So the 10th round for me is a lot like the first round.
Right.
So many guys are pressured up and almost like, man, roping not to lose instead of roping to win. And for me, I've had a lot of success in the 10th round. It's just another calf for me.
Right.
I'll have a lot more of an idea at 5:35 when they send me the draw, and I'll be able to tell you if I got a chance to go at the round and secure the average and have a chance at another gold buckle. But as of right now, it sounds cliche, but it's this 9th round calf that I'm worried about.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Well, and if you're excited about the draw, then we're excited to watch it. But I mean, it's just been the entire rodeo, because that's what I like about you the most is, like, you and I can talk about every event. You can't do that with everybody, but I mean, it has been one of my favorite NFRs that I can think of right now, just the way it's all played out. I mean, there's some tight races. You got Tim O'Connell in the Bareback with a completely torn rotator cuff going out there and still making
really?
it happen.
See, I didn't know that.
Rotator cuffs, it's shot. Who knows
really?
how much he'll get to rodeo next year.
Wow. Well, he's bounced back from them kind of injuries before and gave himself a chance. So, the Bareback ride. Now, I've loved watching the rookies in the Bareback ride.
I've
Leighton
been loving
Berry,
watching
Cole Reiner.
my buddy Cole and Leighton. Those guys are.
They look like they've been here 4 or 5 times. And the Bulldogging.
Jess Pope, same thing.
Yeah, Jess Pope. Yeah, he won the round last night. And then the Bulldogging, I really was in. I love watching horses. And then so Kurt's horse, has been great here, even though Kurt hasn't won a lot. But Jesse Brown, Blake Knowles riding him. Now Matt Reeves has got on him. And then my guy Wag's not drawn very good all week.
He hasn't drawn good. I mean, I thought when he made his horse change, it was going to kind of be a different ball game. Yeah. But yeah, those other
He's
guys
got a good
have
one
really
tonight,
got
though.
on the right side of the cattle, and he hasn't.
He really hasn't. Like, I mean, I hate people to make excuses saying, "Oh, you've drawn bad, you ain't drawn very good," but he really hasn't drawn very good.
Well, you can go back and watch it.
Oh,
and see
it's
he's
obvious,
having to reach. He's having to run 3-4 extra steps down the pin. It's just he's just got the wrong.
But that one he's got tonight, he'll show out on him.
Yeah, it's a round winner.
Yeah,
probably.
he should be first or second. Matt Reeves got the yellow that Jacob Edler threw in 3-3.
3-3.
Yeah,
but
man,
hilarious.
Oh man, he's something, ain't he?
He is. Talk about Hick too. That dude right there.
Hillbilly as it comes.
I'm saying.
And then the team roping's been kind of I don't really know who's got a hold on it. I mean, I'd say you'd have to say Luke and Joseph's probably got the upper hand, but I mean, team roping with it only being 2 loops, it's literally anybody's game.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, the average can swing from one side of the rail to the other in one night, if it's a bad night.
I mean, it takes one miss, one slip of a leg, which, gosh, we saw like 8 or 9 last night.
Right.
It was like 5, what was there, like 6 qualified runs in the team roping? I mean, we had these great nights, a 3-6 out of Jade and those guys, and then last night was a rough night.
Yeah.
But I think I don't know. We'll see what happens, but it's all interesting, the entire race. And it's the same thing in the bull riding. Those young guys, Colton and Kai, those guys freaking light it up.
They look good. Ty Wallace, man, he's kind of an older veteran, and he's finally healthy. And, man, that dude's sticky, and he's got a lot of confidence right now. You can tell riding that he's got a lot of confidence.
When he had that re-ride last night, I thought he was done. 3-4 jumps in when that bull spun on him.
Yeah.
Just stuck it.
Confidence is a crazy thing, man.
It is. It's like a drug or something.
Yeah,
but,
for sure it is.
I mean, a guy like that who hadn't been in the NFR since 2017, stepped on hand, stepped on leg, come in and show out like that. I mean, there's a short memory in rodeo. He was a pretty unknown guy. He didn't get a lot of fire when he was here the first couple times, and to come out and do that, man.
He's putting his mark on him, and he certainly can be the first guy since Sage Kimsey in a long time to strap on a gold buckle on the bull riding.
Yeah. That average is gonna be the factor.
No, for
riding.
sure.
Colton Fritzland gets it. No, I mean it's done. But
really, so is he projected to be the?
Well, he's got the average right now.
Right now it goes Stetson.
Oh, Stetson has the average.
No, Stetson's third. Sorry, Colton, Ty, Stetson, and Kai.
Yeah, but I'm saying like if Ty even just wins second in the average, I think he'll still win the world, wouldn't he?
He should. Yeah. Well, I mean, him and Stetson are close. So that'll be if Stetson wins another go round, or he wins. I mean,
like you
there's
said,
10 different ways you could play it out.
Right.
Those two guys get bucked off, then it's one of those younger guys. I mean, we won't know until we're done tomorrow.
Ty Wallace has, I want to say, 15 to 20 grand lead on those both standings.
Yeah. So if he wins second in the average, he'll still.
Yeah.
It just depends what they do in the round. So.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends because if he takes two dirt bass, I mean, and those guys ride, then it changes everything. But especially in the average. But all right, brother, we will let you go.
Yeah,
we talk less about you and more about just everything
I'm good
else.
with it, dude. I don't like talking about myself. You know that.
Yeah, you're good about that.
Yeah.
We can talk about just about anything. But I'm excited to see you run this calf tonight.
Thanks, Chance.
See what happens.
Appreciate it, bud.
You bet. Guys, Bill Fick Ford is the #1 Super Duty in the entire country. #1. They are a family-owned and operated dealership with no bull discounts, no bull interest rates. These are some of the best rates you can get on a new Super Duty, guys. They also offer nationwide shipping, so you're not limited to that Ford dealer you might not like in your backyard. Go to BillFickFordHuntsville.com for the best deals on a new Super Duty. Go look in the contestant parking if you're here at Globe Life. You'll see more Bill Fick Fords than any other brand. You were certainly a lot more pregnant than last time I saw you.
Oh, yeah. It's funny how that happens, huh?
Yeah, it just starts growing. I didn't know.
Blows out there, yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So much so that you saw the horn right off your saddle.
I did. Yes, I did. Yeah.
So did you get in the saddle first and you're like, oh, hell, this is not going to work? Or was it like you kind of knew you'd have to do that?
You know, I was still team roping at the time, and so I knew obviously you have to have a saddle horn. But I got to thinking to myself, and I was just thinking about the time and like what it would, like how big am I going to be by December? You know what I mean? And I got to thinking, I was like, and I was just sitting there one day and I said, why do I even need a saddle horn? I don't need it. You know, I thought that's the only thing that scares me. There's no doubt. Obviously, I would not have roped if I'd have had any doubt in my mind that I'm hurting my child or hurting, doing anything to harm her. And so I was just like, that's the only thing that scares me. If something crazy was to happen, if my horse was to stumble, if he was to get tight, if for whatever reason, anything that happens, that's the only thing that's going to hurt her. And I was like, I don't need it. I'll take it off. So I took it off. Yeah. And we roped, and I feel like I could stay roping for months. There was nothing uncomfortable about roping. My toddler hits me in the stomach harder every day than I've ever been hit while roping.
Well, okay, so I got to ask you, did you buy some cheap saddle to do it, or did you tear up a nice saddle?
It was a nice saddle. It was an older saddle that I happened to have. I was actually in Martin to get just because it was used and it had some things that needed to be fixed on it and whatnot, just little stuff. And so when I thought about it, I called them right then. I was like, hey, is that saddle done? And they're like, well, no, not quite. I was like, all right, leave it in there, cut the horn off. And I'm sure they were like, what? What are you talking about? So I explained it to them real quick and they're like, okay, we'll do it. And I got on the phone with the PRCA and I got on the phone with, all the judges, the WPRA and all that, and made sure that, nobody was going to throw a fit, because as soon as I do that, somebody's going to be like, oh, well, that's not fair. Well, so I got it approved throughout all the
Jackie's
lines.
rope was 2.5 inches shorter.
Yeah, exactly. So anyways, got it all approved, and yeah.
You just tied your breakaway string around the swell and called it.
Well, you know what? At first, I tried to drive drove like a steeple nail in the, like where the rope would normally be, like right there on the side of the horn. And I actually roped like that all the way through the the WCRA finals and the WPRA finals and all that like that. And the very last calf I ran at the WPRA finals, it came out with
nail?
my rope. So down the arena it went. I was like, oh man, I have to do something else. Then I got to the UPRA finals and we tried to fix it and I couldn't get it fixed there. So I ended up tying it around the swell of the saddle, just a longer string, and it worked fine. But I was like, well, I'm going to get this fixed before. So we went through this process of putting this elaborate thing on there that had a ring, and we screwed it into the top of the saddle. Like we did all this stuff. So it sat exactly where my rope would tie on, blah, blah, blah. First calf here. First calf, ring pops out. And I was like,
Seriously?
Yep. So I went back to tying it around the swell and it worked the rest of the time. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm really surprised that no one threw any kind of fit. It's like, that is not sanctioned.
Oh my gosh.
You know how they are.
It's not over. I mean, we're not done yet.
True.
Honestly.
That's true.
We're not done yet. I can only imagine. Yeah.
That is true. Well, I mean, kind of to circle back, because that's super fun, and I'm just imagining what's going to be said. But or you might have just set a trend, and all these pregnant ladies are going to start cutting their horns off. I mean, it has been like a week of trends being set.
Just patent a pregnant tree.
Pregnant tree?
Yeah. Yeah. Here's a tree for when you're pregnant. Buy it.
That's a good idea. Actually, that's a great business model. I mean, you can't rope forever.
Right? Yeah. There's my future. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, anybody who had a mom who rodeoed, though, like if you were in utero, like, kind of scary. Like my mom was going to rodeos all the way up until like she gave birth.
Yeah. Yeah.
She gave birth at the Fort Collins Rodeo, I think, with me, and it was like, did you really go in there and do all that?
Yeah.
Like, that explains a lot.
I know cow horse gals that, I mean, like Sarah Dawson that just won the world's greatest, or the snaffle bet. I mean, Chris said she took literally 16 days off.
Really?
Period.
Wow.
Period. Like she kind of slowed down riding, like, you know, maybe running them down the fence and stuff, but she stayed riding and doing whatever. You know, it's just crazy. I think it's whatever's comfortable. Like I said, I talked to my doctor. My doctor's like, yes, he understands rodeos, daughter barrel races. He's like, if you feel comfortable, feel comfortable. You know, like he's like, do it. Don't quit if you're not uncomfortable. And so I never got uncomfortable.
Oh, no. Thank goodness you didn't. I mean, you are the first. You're the inaugural world champion in the breakaway.
That blows my mind.
It's pretty awesome.
That's number one, that's a thing. Number two, that I get to be it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. We talked about this last time, and I encourage anybody to go listen to the episode with Jackie because you get to learn a little bit more about her. But we talked about way back then about how exciting it is and how, like, quickly Breakaway has just blown up.
Oh.
And for everybody to embrace it, bring it here, do all that. I mean, it is just amazing. And I really loved your interview with Haley, by the way. What can't she do good? God.
Oh, I know, right?
God,
and
it's
she
annoying.
just like the cute. Oh, she's so cute.
It's annoying how good she is at everything.
I know, right? So good. I told her she needed to start roping again.
Yeah.
You know, she roped good. She was a good breakaway roper.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of those girls. Her, Ariana Flynn, there's a bunch of those girls.
She told me last night, she's like, after last night, I feel like I can do anything. I might just get me a horse and do it again. I said,
certainly has enough money to go buy a horse after the last few nights. Yeah, go invest in your future even more, Haley.
Yeah.
But what has been your opinion of the whole event? I mean, on the breakaway side, I mean, it was at a different time than everything else, which we obviously knew was going to happen. But, I mean, what was your thoughts on the whole process?
You know, obviously there's people where it's like, we're just so disappointed it's not in the perf. You know what? To me, this is a big step. And I'm so thankful for it. And I'm glad that they even put us where we are. And I think it was received really well. They said that the viewings on it
a lot of people were watching it.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
The viewing was unbelievable. And so I'm just hoping that's why I was for having it, even though it wasn't what everyone might not want. That, you know, they kind of wanted the whole thing right at once. But I'm like, man, this is a step in the right direction.
Yeah. I mean, you got to take what you can get in your first. I mean, steer roping will never be in a perf.
Right.
But breakaway will eventually. I mean, that's
really
the
think
goal.
so.
They will put it in there at some point, and that's what's so nice about the Cowboy Channel, right? If you look at the Cowboy Channel versus CBS Sports, there would be no chance, no matter how much extra revenue Breakaway would have brought in, that it could have fit in that TV time. But the Cowboy Channel can kind of do whatever they want. We've said that a few times. So fitting Breakaway in there, wherever it may go, I don't know where they would put it exactly, but I think it's great. Heck, they could even start with it. They won't, but they could.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be great. I think it will be. Well, it's just a matter of time because it went over flawlessly.
Oh, you know what? And the girls, like that top 15, they were awesome.
Yeah, they were.
That was a
It was
heck of a
unbelievable.
roping. a heck of a rope. When you bring it down to the top 8, you're thinking, all right, 8 girls on one head, and it's like 2-2, 2-3, 2 flat, and it's just like, holy smokes, you're thinking these girls are making good runs, and then it's 1-8, 1-8, 1-8, and it's like, that's insane.
Yeah,
and so they were awesome.
And to be honest, that's really what you guys needed to do to make it a big showing, right? Like you guys had to come out there just from like a performance standpoint to really show that it belonged here. Yeah, is to come out and kick ass like that. And you guys had great calves too.
Yeah, they were good.
Fast.
They were good. We had a couple of different pins. There was a slower pin, 2 medium pins, and a fast pin. And I thought, we all got together the Monday before and roped them at a jackpot. Well, some of us roped, some of us just watched, but and sorted them as best we could. And that's I thought they stayed together great.
Yeah,
there was some that
so
let
too.
up, maybe got a little slow for what they were, but it's so hard to pick cattle and have them stay.
Oh, it is
straight.
I mean, even in the tie down. I mean, if you were to look at the calves in the tie down, I mean, it's been the same thing there.
So. Oh yeah. I mean, that's just like for the American. We sat there and put how many lists together and watched hundreds and hundreds of runs and watched these calves run over and over again and try to pick the very best ones. And then they're running all over the arena when we get to the American. It's like, gosh dang.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
Yeah. I mean, how did you feel about the setup here? I mean, the only thing you can really compare this arena to is the American. I mean, obviously they didn't divide it and it's a lot more open, but yeah, it's more like some of the first Americans maybe that they had. 2016,
actually
2017.
It's kind of funny because it is just weird shaped like that, but they were actually going to set our score at 2 under, which would have been a foot longer than the calf ropers.
Yeah.
And we were kind of a little panicked about it just because of how this arena is. We were like, man, the calves are going to be running everywhere. Maybe we should just look at the calves first. Then we watched the jackpot where the calves were, and I'm like, they look good. It's whatever. But then they kind of came back and they're like, whoever it was, they said, we don't want to make it different than the calf roping. Like, let it be the same, whatever.
It 3 under.
And it, I don't know what it would have looked like at 2 under, but it looked good at 3 under, and it worked. And I think, those calves might have got a little dirty if we were having to see them another foot.
Yeah.
As big, because it's left and right. They started going some left and right. So who knows? I don't know which way would have been better, but I think it showed great like it was.
It did. Yeah. I mean, I was just so impressed by literally everybody, how well everybody did. And, just everybody put on the kind of show you have to put on for this sort of thing to be brought in and for it to be successful. But, I mean, who surprised you the most out of all the girls?
Oh, you know what? That's a hard question to answer.
I know, yeah.
But I tell you what,
that question,
I was super proud of Martha Angelone.
Yeah.
She is so fast. She's a gunslinger. She really is. I mean, she is one of those that you never think you're okay in a round when she comes up. Mm-hmm. But even herself will tell you she's never been one that's like, if I had to put money on somebody that's going to go rope 12 calves in a row or 10 calves in a row and be winning the average, it wouldn't have been her. And not taking anything away from her, because her style is just this awesome style. It's super fast.
Yeah, it's a round winning style.
She freaking, when it wasn't there, she just ran a couple more swings and roped them. I mean, it was impressive and definitely was like, wow, you made a hand. That was great.
Yeah, she did amazing.
Yeah.
The way it all panned out. I mean, she was a surprise. Yeah. I didn't really know much about her at all. So it was exciting. And really, for me personally, I think, like, as far as legacy goes, I mean, it's either you or Larry or JJ needed to win it just for the legacy. That's just my opinion, because those are my favorite breakaway ropers.
Those are the names that have been around for a while.
Well, yeah, but I mean, for me, that's who I would want to see win it. Like the first one, when you look in the history books, it's got to be one of the ladies who have literally worked the hardest to make this happen.
Right.
And so I'm so happy that it was you. And I mean, I would have been happy if it was JJ as well. But I mean, it's congratulations, first of all. I mean, it's so sick. And you did it while you were pregnant. Like, you'll never forget it.
I know. Hopefully my little girl will think it's cool one day.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. And it's been fun. Charlie got a round win and all that. So you guys are killing it.
I know. It's been
good family time.
It is great family time. You know what? It's been so fun, and we're soaking it up, and we're going to love this and everything. But December 13th, I am sweatpants, feet up. We're resting. We are resting as a family for several days.
Yeah. Well, I think
we're not doing anything.
Well earned.
It has been nuts. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're ready for that.
I mean, a lot more relaxed than, don't know what you're going to do next year, how much time you're going to take off. But when this whole deal's in Vegas and it's normal, get ready for that.
Wow.
I mean, you know what it's like to be there with Charlie, but on your own, it can be very demanding.
Yeah, it's wild. And, I don't know which will be, we were talking about that the other day, and, before though, since we've gone out there, Charlie ropes at night. Well, I rope all day, almost every day out there. So like we literally just kind of like pass as roommates, like the whole time.
A quick hand slap.
Yeah, you never. Hey, good luck tonight. Hey, good job today. Pass. Like just it's just nuts, and we're so tired, and all the obligations out there and stuff, and it's just kind of. You love Vegas, but you almost like dread like, oh, I'm fixing to get so sick and I'm fixing to be so tired, and it's just a rat race. And I'm like, you know what? If they do add Breakaway, then I can't even rope anywhere else, and so it might actually be slower than it is now.
That's a good point.
Because it is crazy.
Yeah. Well, and next year he'll be like extra helpful for you.
Yeah, right.
Since he's not gonna, he's taking some time off.
I know.
I think he's really gonna. Is he? You would know better than he's really gonna do that.
That
would be really hard.
He sold one of his good horses,
yeah.
And he's still going to go to Houston. He's still going to go to San Antonio. He's going to go to all those. But I don't see him wanting to leave those kids. His thing is that he says is that he wants to help his daughter make like the UPRA finals this year and haul her around to like all the amateur rodeos and be there for Creed and be there for Journey. And he just has no desire to get in the truck and leave for 3 months. It's just like totally against.
I get it.
Everybody
gets to that point at some stage.
Yeah.
Some people get there really early. Like I was there like 2 weeks. I was like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah,
but
this is nuts.
Of course, if he goes in there and wins Houston, it kind of changes things.
Yeah, that would be a total like we would figure it out from there. I mean, we would just figure it out because luckily now the thing that is crazy is that now it's funny that he's like, okay, well I don't want to leave for 3 months and be away from y'all, and it's like, oh hey, my things are starting, so now I'm going.
He's got to step up. He's got to be the home guy.
It's kind of
you guys have a good dynamic. I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll get it figured out.
But you got a good excuse. You're gonna have baby on hip here really fast.
Right? Oh, man, 2 of them.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm gonna have 2 toddlers and a teenager. What in the world was I thinking? Right.
At least you won the national finals in breakaway roping. At least you got that feather in your cap before you're just milk stained.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, man, that sure was fun. Sure have fallen a long way in a couple of months.
Golly, I'm gonna have to hire a nanny to just go. Just somebody that likes to travel and rodeo and.
Oh, you should. It shouldn't be that hard. I mean, there's so many little girls out there. My dad had interns. Always had the interns.
That's a good idea.
Unpaid interns. They last like 3 or 4 months
signifies free. I like that.
Exactly. The interns. I can think of 20 or 30 interns. Amy Wilson used to be one of those interns.
There you go.
Interns.
This is great.
They last a few months and you just cycle them in. You're like, hey, I'll show you 1 or 2 things. Just enough to keep them there. That's what Kelly used to do. Just enough. Like, hey, let me help you nail your first barrel. Just enough. And they're like, okay, I'm going to stay. And then by the time they're skeletons and they're walking out of there and they're bled for everything they're worth, do that.
Yeah, there you go.
It'll work out.
There you go.
Just swing your rope
interns. I like that. I like the sound of that, yeah.
Yeah, when they run out of things, just be like, okay, I've taught you everything I know, but in 3 or 4 weeks, keep doing what you're doing. I'm going to cut off your horn.
Yeah, exactly. See how you like that.
Yep, exactly. Well, all right, Jackie, we will let you get up there before the team roping starts. And thank you for stopping by, and congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
Super happy for you, and I hope the final stages of pregnancy go very well for you.
Me too.
If there's such a thing.
Yeah, exactly. If you can say that about pregnancy in any way. Awesome.
All right, thanks, Jackie.
Thank you, guys.
You got it. Big shout out to Rural Cloth. If you like hunting, fishing, back roads, family farms, ice cold beer, bonfire nights, old pickup trucks, dogs, never cats, and mud on your boots, it's because you are cut from Rural Cloth. Rural Cloth is the brand for you. This brand sets out to create quality apparel for the rural American. We even did a podcast with Mr. Brandon Bates, who is their founder. He is also a longtime PBR announcer. They set up a coupon code for you guys to use over at ruralcloth.com. Use the coupon code GAUGE right now for 20% off during the entire NFR and 10% off after the NFR ends. That promo code is GAUGE at checkout. Go do some Christmas shopping. Support small business. How important is that right now? Go support Rural Cloth right now. You and Ty are the same age.
Are you 22?
He is.
Yeah.
He looks a little less 22 than you, though.
You think?
I think he does. It might be the hair or the lack of.
That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. I always told him 12.
Really?
Yeah.
Same shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. You could grow a full beard if you wanted to.
Yeah, I refuse, but yeah, I could.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I can't, but I wouldn't.
You wouldn't? You got a mustache, though.
Yeah, only.
Or I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
It's like 5 o'clock shadow mustache.
I shaved it today. I don't know. It's the only part that grows. I never have sideburns like that.
I remember being like
little and wishing I could grow a beard. Now I can grow one, and I wish I couldn't. So
Because you don't want to look old?
no.
Yeah.
No,
Me neither.
I can't do any of that shit. I grew a mustache for like the mustache I had for like that was a month worth of letting my hair grow out.
Dude, that was a lesbian's mustache.
It was not a great mustache.
I wish I could. Have you seen Oren Larson's?
Yeah.
That dude can grow a mustache.
You combine Tilden's hair with Oren's mustache, you get like a...
You get a restraint order. That's what you get.
Yeah. Yeah, Paul Eves got the perfect beard. Yeah, that's like 2-3 years ago. That was the beard everybody was saying you needed to have if you were going to pull women.
Well, didn't Ryan Motes have a pink one, or on pink night? He used to dye his.
Yeah.
I don't know if does he still do that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
He had the long one, though. It's
Yeah,
different.
it was cool.
Yeah, if you're into that. Depends on what you're trying to do.
If you're gonna do it, you gotta go all out, I guess.
Yeah, all depends on your goals. Oren's works. I mean, he's from Canada. He could do that. He's married.
He's from Nebraska.
Yeah. He didn't have to worry about like attracting a female.
No,
You got to worry about that. Don't grow the beard because
it's true.
it's too late.
They're scared of that. Maybe if I
They
didn't
are
look
now.
Hmm?
They are now.
Yeah.
A few years ago, that was like,
cool thing.
yeah, depending on what you consumed for media, that was the only way to get a girlfriend is to have a full beard.
Really?
I don't know. Riley, what do you think? You're a girl.
I don't think that's a real thing.
False information for sure.
Like 3 years ago, was that false information? I don't know. I don't know enough stuff. Anyway, back to bareback riding. That's okay with you.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, but what has been your? It's really hard to transition actually out of all that nonsense. What's the gate? You've been on here before. You just didn't get to talk last time.
Yeah.
You had two talkers in front of you.
No, it's great.
Who don't let other people speak.
Layton talks and it's like informational and kind of interesting, and then Rocker talks and you just want to turn your ears off until he's done talking, and then usually he's ready to talk again. So I just kind of sit back, hang out.
And you pull like the short straw because Rocker's dad was talking the whole time whenever they came on.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
yeah, so
really?
he was
Sid
just waiting to speak.
Well, Sid knows that Rocker's going to say something stupid, so he literally just wouldn't let him probably. Well, me and Rocker shared mics last time.
Oh,
And
that's
it was
right.
like, remember, it was
we
like
didn't
a
have
fight.
enough.
It was like a fight to
I know.
who
Yeah,
could
you
get
guys
the
were
mic.
elbowing each other. And,
Yeah.
which is the norm for all of you guys.
I have to fight with a 16-year-old.
Yeah. Sounds weird when you say it like that.
Well, like, I am the same size, so it's fair.
You're a little bigger than him.
I am, like,
Probably got 20 pounds on him.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It helps in your sport, though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't want to be 6 foot tall.
No, there's not really any, like, big dudes that, well, I mean, there's a few, but even if you're a tall guy, you're still not very big.
No. No, you can't be. You got to be quick. What are we doing here?
I'm adjusting the camera so you have a beautiful little view.
Oh, thank you.
Because the microphone is blocking your face.
Oh, well,
Oh.
you're supposed to be in charge of that. Anyway, back to bucking horses for the
Again.
second time.
Sorry.
What has been your opinion so far? I mean, you've got 2 go-around wins under your belt, which as a rookie, that is awesome. Resist All Rookie of the Year. It's like all these great accolades for your. You're not riding like this is your first time at the NFR. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, no, on a serious note, when I showed up here, it was, like, seemed very fast-paced. I know it's a slower-paced NFR than usual even.
Right.
But, I mean, being first-time NFR cowboy,
Do you want one of these?
Yeah,
by the way?
actually.
Would you go get him one, Riley?
it goes by really fast. The first round was kind of a blur. Getting everything ready and putting my rigging on that first horse was fast. And then as soon as you kind of get in the mindset and get everything ready, it slowed down. But this back half, right after the 5th round almost, it kind of a little switch flipped and things slowed down and, like, confidence went way up. And I don't know. I had that little Red Hawk the first time I won the round, and she's really cool, and I knew exactly what she was. And then last night was really rough for all of us.
It was a brutal round.
Last night was I had a lot of people text and call saying, like, that have made the NFR before, that have watched it for a long time, saying that that very well could have been the rankest eliminator pin of bareback horses.
I mean,
they've
that's
ever
why
seen.
it's the eliminator pin.
Yeah.
It was brutal.
Yeah.
Kind of like the bull riding when they had those the eliminator pin in
Yeah.
the bull riding. It was pretty brutal for them too. But I mean, you came back strong tonight, and I mean, you drew. I mean, one of the better horses there is. So.
Yeah, I definitely drew probably the buckinest horse last night and the best bucking horse tonight too. So 2 in a row.
Yeah.
And I can't really complain about that. Leighton had him the first round and told me how much fun it was going to be, and he wasn't lying at all. Tonight was a lot slower. That's the one thing that's good about getting on eliminators and then going to this pen is, like, you're way calmer. And I ate today and slept last night.
Yeah.
And did all that.
Yeah.
And it was pretty cool. And So like you get here today and you're relaxed and kind of loose and calm, and at this point it's just another. It's a really cool rodeo, but you kind of just got to treat it like another rodeo, and
Right.
the nerves are gone. So just trying to win money.
Yeah, what you're doing. Yeah, I mean that's the key. That'll keep you going down the road. But I mean, you got one more to go tomorrow night. But I mean, all things considered, as a rookie coming in, I mean, do you feel like it could have gone any better for you? Like,
It can always go better.
yeah,
Obviously, even if you win the world, it could still go better. But
yeah,
it could have gotten a lot worse. I know that. I know this can be a really long 10 days if it's not going good. And I mean, these first 9 days have flown by. So I'm just trying to slow down and kind of take the last today and tomorrow in, and we're gonna hang out, go back to the ranch for a few months. And we don't really got any rodeos coming up, or I don't at least. So
yeah, they've canceled enough.
Yeah, kind of go back and rehab. So I'm gonna make the most of these last 2 daes.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, dude, it's been so exciting to watch you guys, and
Look at that guy.
he's pretty happy. He's got to share the spotlight with 3 other guys.
Oh God! Oh really?
Yeah,
They split their own 3 days?
they had 3, 5,
Dude,
3
there's
dudes.
3 big dudes. You're not gonna fit that many people back here.
Yeah, they're a lot different than you and I, as far as just size of human.
Yeah. No.
Good
Yeah,
for them.
I don't know how we're gonna do that.
We'll figure it out.
I mean, you fit me, Leighton, and Rocker. We're pretty big dudes back here. One time.
Yeah, all 3 of you guys equal one of those.
It depends on which one, but yeah.
And you guys are used to like packing into small places together.
Yeah, we're good at rodeoing together and
Just don't tell
small
anybody that
vehicles.
you and Leighton are sandwiching a 16-year-old. Doesn't sound good.
Why'd you have to say that?
I think you know why.
I know why.
Yeah. Well, anyway, you are killing it, dude. Super happy for you. Stoked. You did exactly what you said you were going to do at the hotel, which is
I know.
awesome.
I told you at the hotel I
You
was going to
did.
see you tonight, and
Yep.
And then I didn't see you tonight at the first round. I came by, so I was pretty upset, and I was gonna give you some crap.
I know. Well, so we can only do 5 a night because of the way the rodeo goes, and we didn't have bareback riding. So I was
Yeah.
like, dang, I missed it.
No, so
I
yeah.
promised you would be on here. So I
For
felt like a
those of you
liar.
that don't know, me and Chance are at the same hotel, and I saw him tonight getting my truck, and I told him, I was like, I will see you on the 12 Gauge podcast tonight.
He did say that,
And he
along
kind
with a
of,
bunch of other things.
yeah, typical.
Yep.
But I did say that.
You
and
did.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool, dude. I'm super happy that it worked out. So yeah, we'll let you get on with your night, and maybe we'll see you again tomorrow.
That'd be really awesome.
That would be
Heck
sick.
yeah. Thank you.
Also, thank you to Royal Crown. Royal Crown is a fraternity and derby, as well as an open barrel race with roping events included, offering some of the industry's biggest payouts for riders, stallion shareholders, and breeders. Couple that with no annual enrollments. Look for their events in 2021, where they will be in Bryan, Texas in February. There'll be $65,000 added to that fraternity, guys, as well as their event in Rock Springs, Wyoming in August. Check out RoyalCrownRace.com. Again, that's RoyalCrownRace.com, or find Royal Crown on Facebook for information on the stallion enrollment, entering their 2021 races, and a list of enrolled stallions. That's RoyalCrownRace.com. Yeah, he's parading Ian around a little bit. Did you get to meet Ian?
No, I haven't met Ian yet.
You didn't get to meet him? Yeah,
No.
you'll like him. He's awesome.
Awesome.
But yeah, he's giving him the whole thing. Bought cowboy hats for him today. What?
You're telling me I need to wear a cowboy hat, but you're not going to buy me one.
Well, Ian,
Didn't tell you.
I've been teaching Ian. I didn't tell you. You said, "Can I have a cowboy hat?" How much does a cowboy hat cost? You know what? Can I just borrow one of yours?
It depends on how goofy you want to look. It's depending on the cost.
That's a good point.
Yep.
Yeah, the cheaper, the better. Do that.
Yep. Go for
Actually,
it.
they have some that like a white one with the ring around it, like the blue
Yes.
ring. Do that. That's what everybody does.
This is pure sarcasm if you haven't caught on.
Oh, no, I caught on. I caught on.
Or like a black straw. Like
Yeah, Tim McGraw or Clayton Haas. Clayton Haas wears one too.
Yeah, and you ever see those boots that kind of curl at the tip?
Oh, it definitely.
Yeah, no, that's
Got
what
that
you
comes
wear.
to the point. The roach killers, kill a roach in the corner.
Yeah, anyway, the real cowboys, that's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And you tuck your pants into those boots.
Oh, all right. I can do that.
Yeah.
I get it.
Get
I
you a
get it.
Copenhagen ring. You don't even have to chew the Copenhagen. Just put the ring in the back pocket. Got to be there.
Yeah, we're going to totally increase your stock on the dating pool. It's going to be good.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Quantity is going to go way down, but quality will go way down, but quantity through the roof.
How do you know that?
Well,
He got into bulldogging for one reason and one reason only.
oh, absolutely.
Anyway, back to bulldogging. It was pretty funny because Pierce and I were in here talking about, it was like, I don't think anything faster than 3.5 is going to win it. Like maybe a 3.5 will win it. There was 3.35s.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are great pen of steers tonight.
Yeah.
Everybody was ready for them. Everybody kind of had a game plan on the night.
Right. Well, and you I mean, it seems like you've kind of got the short end of the stick on the draw almost every night. And you drew right tonight, finally.
I was really, me and Pearson talked about it tonight. We were really excited about the draw we had. The last couple rounds, just kind of wrong end of the steers, making good runs, kind of staying in the average, but kind of needed some stuff in the go rounds, so he was able to get that tonight.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it was just kind of a matter of time, and you've been getting out on them good. You've been set up. It's just the cattle just haven't worked for like you personally. Out of everybody, the cattle just haven't worked for you that well.
Yeah, well, some of them I should have made better runs on. Yeah. Some of them, like I say, I wish I could have gotten the hat a little bit better. But tonight we kind of got both of them. Had a good run on a steer that was really, really good, so it worked out good.
It did, yeah. I mean, exactly what you would want. It's too bad you had to split it 3 ways, but even still, it helps.
Oh, that's okay. Right now, I'll take whatever I can get. We got one more round to go.
Yeah. I mean, we are wrapping up, but I mean, it feels like this NFR is taking way longer than others.
It does, yeah. There's a lot of downtime right here. Normally, with the COVID, you can't really do too much during the day and stuff like that to make the days go faster. It's just kind of sit around and wait to run another one each night.
Yeah. Do you like it, or do you kind of like the other way it is in Vegas, where you're just busy all the time and we're just in and out of there?
I like Vegas because we're always out and doing stuff and about, but I'd be anxious to see what Dallas would look like without the COVID restrictions, where everybody can go out, do whatever they want to do, enjoy all the time in the town,
Right.
Whereas like right now, we just kind of got to sit here handcuffed pretty much due to this coronavirus deal. But,
I know.
But hopefully it'll get out of here soon.
I like the way you say coronavirus.
Yeah, corona, yeah.
Yeah.
Corona.
It must be a Louisiana thing.
Yeah, pretty much. We say everything different down there.
That is a good point. As far as it goes in the steer wrestling, I mean, what has surprised you the most? Like whether it be a person or just the way the event's been. I mean, what has been kind of the thing that maybe you didn't expect?
I expected the steers here to drift further left whenever they're running because there's so much room out there. But the contractors and stuff and everybody in the arena crew and everything has done a good job of keeping them steers running straight down the arena for us as far as how they set up everything and stuff like that. So I was expecting everybody to kind of have to make a lot of maneuvers to get their horses moving left and everything, but they're running straight down the pin.
Yeah, they really have been. I mean, the first night was interesting, but I mean, going forward, I don't know what they were doing to try to get everything together for you guys, but I don't know if I've ever seen a rodeo where the grounds crew, everybody works this hard to try to make it smooth. I mean, it's been pretty impressive to watch, like logistically.
Yeah, everybody out there is on top of everything. Everything's going a whole lot smoother than I figured it would, especially being for the first rodeo ever in this facility.
Yeah. I mean, it's an iconic place, and I mean, maybe in 5 years it'll be back here, but there's a strong possibility we never get to see an NFR like this again. So I'm sure it's awesome to get one of those buckles and be a part of it.
Yeah, it's pretty special to be a part of this deal for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, the bulldogging, it's close, but I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. That average is going to play such a big factor in this. But I mean, if you had to pick based on where you're at, I mean, who do you think's got this in the bag?
They got several guys out there got really good opportunities. Stetson Jorgensen, Jacob Edler, they're 1-2 in the average, and they're up pretty high in the world standings. Matt Reeves still has a chance. Dakota Eldridge, still good in the average, has a chance. I mean, I know I probably have a long shot at it, but I mean, it's all going to come down to round 10. We'll just see who has the better steer, makes a better run tomorrow night. But like I said, I know the guys that are high up in the average, it's theirs to lose right now.
Yeah, no, it really is. And yeah, Jacob Elder, I didn't know who that was until recently, and he surprised me. He is a funny freaking dude.
Jacob Edler, great bulldogger, and you always see a smile on his face. And if you don't have one on yours, he's going to put it on there for you.
Yeah, he will. He'll either slam 6 beers or say something crazy.
He's a great fella. Yeah, absolutely.
When I found out he was 26 years old, I was like, no, you're 46, son.
He's an old soul, huh?
Yeah, there.
Yeah. No, it's a great guy.
He is so funny. Yeah, I mean, all the guys, though, in the bulldogging this year, just a great group of guys, and it's a lot of fun to get to watch you guys kind of do your thing. And I think the sport of bulldogging's never been better than it is right now.
Yeah, the camaraderie is outstanding. I mean, everybody has help wherever they look with anybody else in the event. Everybody's helping each other out.
Yeah, it's so rare. I mean, everybody kind of does that in rodeo, but you guys take it to the next level, hazing for each other and doing all that.
Whenever somebody in rodeo, a lot of times people come up to you and tell you good job. Whenever it comes from a bulldogger, I think it's pretty sincere.
Right.
Like they actually mean it when they say it.
I think they do. Yeah, I mean, you always wonder, like, those barrel racers.
Fall off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, great job.
Yeah.
But, Yeah, I mean, you got a barrel racing wife, so you know that too.
Oh yeah, I know it.
But it is fun to watch, and it just seems elevated, right? Because there was a time when it was a very small group of guys who bulldogged, and you're like, okay, what is the next stage of this particular event? And I think we're seeing it. I mean, you guys have been doing those schools, all this thing to try to foster the next version. You see a kid like Bridger Anderson come in, and it just shows you that this sport is not going away; it's going up. And I mean, when a smaller group like the bulldogging or the bareback riding, which is elevated a lot, I mean, the future looks pretty freaking bright.
Absolutely, yeah. Everything's moving forward, and all the events that they have around town right now, like there's the Oakberry's Junior World Finals. The steer wrestling competition is going on right now in Cowtown.
Yeah,
and I mean, there's 70 kids from all over the country that are 19 and under, all coming down here.
You guys
bringing down the roof, we bring down the wall.
Someone over there banging on the wall. All right, we'll have to fix that. But anyway, I'm just gonna hold it there.
They got us in the closet over here. Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, all these officers are the same size, but it would have been nice to have got a little bit bigger one.
I don't know what.
Do you still have those sticky things to fix this?
Here's one.
Perfect. Right in the middle of the podcast. So sorry for that.
Hey, not a problem. I thought he threw you a Band-Aid.
Yeah. You thought it was a Band-Aid?
I thought it was a Band-Aid.
Yeah. For my broken ego from this thing falling, put it right there. Well, all right, Tyler, congratulations on the win and the buckle. And, look forward to seeing what you do tomorrow night and go enjoy quarantine. And what have you been eating every night? Like pizza?
Oh, no. We're staying about an hour away from here at somebody of ours' house. Yeah, we cook every night. Oh, yeah.
Really?
They got steaks on the grill right now.
Same place the Christian stand?
Yep, same
okay.
place.
Yeah, I got the whole story. They got this outdoor kitchen that
I
was
it's
very
amazing.
impressed
Yeah.
with. That's way better. Yeah, because there's nowhere to eat when you leave.
No.
Everything's
absolutely
closed. That's
not.
the one thing they got to figure out is go tell these restaurant owners to
stay
close
open,
at 10.
yeah.
Yeah, because you can't find food. Anyway, all right, guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back. Catch up with you later.
Sounds great. Thank you.
You bet. Thank you. Bailey's House of Guns is a family-owned and operated business based out of Houston, Texas. These guys have supplied law enforcement throughout the state with guns and ammunition for years. They also provide great options for hunters. Benelli Shotguns, Weatherby, Christensen Arms, Smith & Wesson, Loophole Scopes, Swarovski Optics, just to name a few. They've been in business since 1970, guys. They are also a well-known sponsor of rodeo and rodeo athletes. Give them a call, 713-433-2475 for more details. Here's the great thing, guys. They can ship guns and ammo to local FFLs in your area if you are not in the Houston market. They've got lots of stock. Give Bailey's House of Guns a call today. That'd be perfect. Like I could give a minor a beer. Perfect. Day 9. Couldn't get any worse. Yep.
At that point, I might have said yes right there.
Good. Yeah. All right, guys. We are back. We got Shad Mayfield. He was gracious enough to stop by. It's been a fun NFR. I mean, it's your second one, so you do know what it's like in Thomas and Mack. And I mean, all right. What we're not going to do is we're not going to talk about the shit you've been dealing with because that's not fair to you. Yeah. Let's talk about some fun stuff. Actually, I think you wore that blue hat at the American, right?
I did.
That hat is sick. I have not grabbed one of those blue ones yet, but I don't. Do they still make the blue ones?
They do.
Yeah.
This one kind of got a story to it. It's kind of funny.
Let's hear it.
Well, I got it last year at the NFR. I thought it might have been cool to get a blue hat.
Yeah.
Wore it at the NFR. Like a few rounds, didn't have no luck, and my mom's like, "Throw that hat away." You know, it's not very lucky. So I was like, "No, I'm gonna make some luck." So then I believed her, so I didn't wear it for a while, and came on. We started the winter off, and I said, "I'm gonna bring that hat out," and wore it all winter, and wore it at the American and stuff. It was pretty lucky. My mom said,
"Dude, it was lucky at the American
after all." Yeah. Yeah, so I started out with a black hat here, and I wanted to change my luck, so I put it back on.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a weird setup, and
yeah,
I mean, it's the NFR stuff happens, but you know what the great thing is? We just found he's not even old enough to drink yet. You have this unlimited time, really. Yeah. I mean, you're as healthy as you've been. You've got great horses. I mean, dude, it's nothing. It's no sweat because you'll be back next year. But you put on like one of the most historical years in tie down history. I mean, truly, you had a great year. And I mean, what were you thinking? What do you think was the point during last year where you were like, man, I'm really doing something here? Was it the American? Was it a little bit before?
It was actually about a little over a couple weeks before the American. You know, I was going to San Antonio. I won that one, and Fort Worth place there, and I was pretty much getting a check everywhere I went.
Yeah.
And I was heading to Kansas City to the WCRA there to rope for $100,000, and I was by myself all winter doing a lot of driving, and you just get to thinking.
Yeah.
And on my way there, I just had to stop and think. Like, I couldn't believe what I had done. I hadn't missed a calf all winter. Out of every calf I ran, never missed a calf, never broke a barrier. Every calf I ran, I tried to make a good run and got a check out of it. And it just really hit me on that trip. Like, it's crazy what I've done right now.
Yeah, I mean, as a tie-down fan and tie-down roper my whole life as well, I mean, getting to see a young guy. I mean, we all watch Trevor, we all watch Fred, we all watch Cody. But when you're a young guy, especially like you, I mean, and then you're watching the Tufts and stuff, and Shane and guys like that. When you were opening high school, you won the high school finals, you did all that. I mean, did you come in, last year, going into your first year, kind of setting out specific goals to try to do all this, or was it just kind of take each day as it comes and just have a good time? I mean, I know it's a lot of questions, but be interested to know that.
Right whenever I turned 18, I bought my card, and I had one choice. It wasn't win Rookie of the Year. It was, make the NFR.
Yeah.
And see what goes on from there. So, a lot of people just buy their cards and just want to win Rookie of the Year or something their first year, but I set everything out aside just to make the NFR. That's what I wanted to do, was make the NFR at 18. And my dad helped me. He went with me like that whole year last year and helped me. And, I also high school rodeoed and did that at the same time while I was pro rodeoing. Like, I was at Cheyenne and traveling back and forth from the Cheyenne to the National High School Finals. And, it was crazy, but I'd been prepared to rope against, the pros, because I've came up. Whenever I was 13 or 14 years old, I was entering the open ropings. And even if I didn't win, it was just going to make me a better roper.
Right. Well, and it seems like the younger crop of ropers right now, just below you, are doing the same thing, Riley Webb. Those guys, they're kind of taking a page out of that book, and I know if you guys did that before, but there's a group of you young guys who've kind of innovated that and really kind of paved the way, because not a very many guys go to the NFR at 18. They just don't. There's just a handful of you guys. And, I mean, it has been truly impressive. Your horse, I mean, you've got great horses in the trailer, and just one of the brightest futures probably in the sport. And you've made all the right moves strategically. I don't know who's guiding you, but they're doing a good job. So, I mean, you are a great ambassador for the sport. We're super proud of you here. And, I mean, keep your head up. This is just 10 days. But, dude, I don't know what the draw is tomorrow night, but you still got one round to go do whatever you want. So, at this point, it's just have fun, right?
That's it. I had a lot to lose coming in, and I had a good first go around, and after that I didn't win a check till the 7th round, and it was tough, battling which horse I should ride, and it was like after the first go around I never had a good feel, like nothing felt right.
Right.
And it was just something that you could either fall or you could rise up, and I don't want to fall. I want to keep rising, and before every go around I listen to stuff that pick me up, and even if I don't have a good run, at first I was riding out of the arena with my head down, but I learned that I'm just blessed to be here, and I got to ride out of there with my head up.
Yeah, no, you do, and you're doing that. And the great thing about rodeo is technically the 2021 season's already going, so it can immediately be out of your mind no matter which way it goes. But I mean, lucky for you, you did your job so well coming into this that don't want to say you could afford to make some mistakes, because, I mean, no one wants to hear that. And no one wants to come on a freaking podcast and have some dude say, oh, you can afford to make some mistakes. Like,
I want to hear it.
Yeah, no one wants to hear that. But it is nice when you set yourself up so well to where you have a long leash, if you will. So I think more than anything, that's a testament to you, because most people come into the NFR in a number one hole, and you've got to be so worried to make a mistake that you didn't do that. You did your job so well. And I think that's what we should be talking about is, well, not what mistakes did Shad Mayfield make. No, you guys don't understand. Shad Mayfield set himself up so well that he was able to make some mistakes. Yeah. He was able to be a 20-year-old kid and learn a little bit in an NFR, different pen than you were used to. I mean, granted, 3 under is a normal thing for tie down, but it's different, right? Mm-hmm. So you set yourself up perfectly, and that's what I've been thinking is like, no, you guys don't criticize somebody who came in such a good position that they can afford to make mistakes. That's more impressive to me. So congrats on that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. But we'll let you get out of here. Go enjoy your night. You're going to go have some pizza. What have you been eating? There's like no restaurants open by the time you get out of here.
I really started using DoorDash.
Really?
So here's what I do. I'm staying out in Brock, Texas, out by Weatherford.
Yeah.
And we hang out there all day. We leave there about 3:30, kind of beat traffic. And, we all get a room here in Arlington at the Sheraton Hotel. And when we get about 10, 15 minutes out, I just order DoorDash. Whenever I get there, it's at the door waiting. Like today, we had Outback Steakhouse right there in the room.
There you go.
Then we eat, take a shower, and then we run over here. But DoorDash is my favorite thing now.
It is. Yeah. I mean, I bet out there in Clovis, you probably don't have it.
We ain't got DoorDash out there. So.
Do you have Uber Eats even out there?
No,
Probably not.
None of that. Ain't even got an Uber out there.
Yeah. No, that's what's nice about being close to Fort Worth.
They didn't have it, but
you could get it in Decatur. They got Uber Eats in Decatur.
Yeah, but especially with us having a quarantine at first, it was something I had to use.
Yeah, I'm glad that nobody else tested positive. Thank goodness. I was a little worried about that with Caleb, and then when Donna Kay was like, "Is this gonna be a long week of this crap?" Luckily not.
Yeah.
So whatever precautions, I guess, worked. But that's the one thing that's great about Vegas, though, right? When you're done, you could buckle whatever you're gonna do. You can pick any place on the Strip and go get a great meal.
Yeah.
Here, there's nowhere to eat. That's the one strike against having the NFR in Texas, I think.
And everything's packed. If you go somewhere,
there's like 3 places.
It's packed. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll let you get out of here, and really appreciate you taking the time. You didn't have to come in here. I would have been like, forget that, but you did anyway. So it just shows your character. And dude, don't let anybody tell you nothing. Keep doing you. I mean, you came in here doing what you're supposed to do. You did your job, and it's a learning experience for anybody. So,
yes, sir.
Yeah, you're a badass, and hold your head up, as you said. And don't ever throw that blue hat away. Or at least tell me the trash can you threw it away. I need to go and get one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's lucky.
It is. You had a minimum $100,000 hat. Yeah. All right, cool. All right, guys, we'll be back. Tough Cooper won the round. Shad Mayfield, he's probably going to go run the round tomorrow night after the pep talk.
That's the plan.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
She could go grab you
Just
one.
had one.
She offered one to Shad, who can't have one. So. He almost said yes. He was like,
yeah, he probably would.
He was like, after tonight, I think I'll take that.
Yeah.
We good? All right, guys, we've got Tough Cooper here who got it done tonight in round number 9. So, I mean, it's kind of been it's been really interesting tie down. I mean, really interesting. I mean, you guys are used to 3 under on the barrier, and this whole setup here is it's pretty awesome, but I mean, just iconic. It feels totally different than Vegas out there. But I mean, what's your opinion of it all? I mean, you're so used to Thomas and Mac.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's taken a second to really. Obviously, it's taken 9 rounds for me to figure this out. But we're so grateful to have it.
Yeah.
But, the measurements of the arena, the dimensions, they're so different than anything we've ever been to. So it's taken a little bit of time to, get used to it. And for all of us, really. And like I said, it's been super strange. You know, for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot of things that I don't think any of us who follow tie down or just rodeo in general would have probably picked the way each of these rounds have gone. I mean, I seriously, the fact that Hunter came back and won 2 rounds, placing 2 others. I mean, I wouldn't have thought that could happen for him. So it's been really interesting. And you did a horse change tonight. You jumped on Cade's horse, and it seemed like it maybe was a good decision. I mean, you got out perfect, hit the barrier right where you needed to, and I mean, you took like 2 extra swings.
Yeah.
Like,
I went pretty far to be 6. Yeah.
I mean, that was pretty impressive. I mean, that might have been the cleanest run we've seen the whole time. So,
yes, sir.
I mean, your groundwork was perfect. You beat the calf to the ground. It seemed like, and I mean, it was beautiful. So congratulations on that. But I mean, one more round to go. I mean, what do you think's going to happen? I mean, it is, even though you're in the middle of it, it's like you just got to be like, what is going to happen?
For the last 2 days, I've been asking all of my fellow tie-down ropers that are actually know or that are really invested into the sport. Like, what do you think's going to happen? Like obviously I've been out of the runnings for a while for the last few rounds, and I was like, all right, what do you think's going to happen? And everybody's picks different. It's kind of been crazy. Tough luck for Solomon tonight getting the barrier. that opens the door for Shane, takes the pressure off Shane. But, it's coming down the 10th round. It always comes down the 10th round. It's strange.
Well, I mean, the 67,000 in the average, it's a game changer in everything except for like the barrels right now.
Yeah.
No one's touching Haley, but
right.
Yeah, unbelievable. I mean, that's just been nuts to watch.
It has been absolutely amazing for for everybody just to sit back and watch Haley and sister just
it's crazy
do
that
their
a horse
thing.
like that is like even exists.
Right.
It's like there's something there, like half robot. I don't know what it is, but I mean, you're kind of one of the foremost guys doing tie down right now. You're always at the front of the pack, being an advocate for the sport, being an advocate for the kind of person you need to be to represent the rodeo lifestyle, the Western lifestyle that we all love and care about, which is something I truly appreciate about you. You don't have to do that. You could, do other things. I mean, no one would fault you for doing that, but being able to have, and you said the greatest line, what you said it in your interview with Amy real quick. You were like, it's been 2020 for all of us.
Yeah.
And it's been 2020 for me here. I think that is something that just resonates so good. I hope they just put that on repeat because there's probably so many people who need to hear that.
But the cool thing about us, we wear cowboy hats. We're cowboys and cowgirls, and we're not going to give up. We're not going to give in no matter what. We're going to finish this thing out to the end. It doesn't matter what they throw in front of us. We will figure out a way. We're so thankful that the PRCA and the Texas Rangers, Arlington, Fort Worth, were able to put this thing together. I mean, we had a season with fans. We had an NFR with fans, live on television.
Yep.
I mean, we are doing things as an industry. We will not give up. And that's the message that we all tell each other every day when we wake up and look each other in the eyes like, okay, what do we got? 2020? Okay, we got it. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out the process. My hat's off to everybody for coming out here, supporting us. Hats off to you. Thanks for having this 12-gauge podcast, to get the stories out. Thank you to the PRCA Cowboy Channel. We all work together, and it's so awesome to see, and we won't give up. And it's been rough for all of us. It's been a change for all of us, and, we all help each other out, and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, and that's kind of one of the interesting things that separates our industry from every other sporting industry out there is it's literally pick yourself up from the bootstraps and do it.
Yeah.
And it's like the other ones. No matter, you may be a sports fan like Ty is or like I am, they don't do that. They just don't. They just move around here, or we'll do whatever it is that's trendy with everybody else. And our industry is screw that. We're going to go against the grain. And then it still works. Right. I mean, for the fact that the PRCA pulled this thing off in this type of venue. I mean, I half thought we were doing this at the E. I was like,
absolutely.
Something. Could you imagine that now? Like, that would have been terrible.
Oh, yeah. A couple thousand and
Yeah. Well, and even that, like the fact that it's full round pay, you have to thank the fans for that, for buying the tickets and showing up, because that was the key.
I mean, mid-July, we were like, what are we going to compete for $1,000 a night? Right. Which, I mean, that'd be better than nothing, but it's like, what are we out here rodeoing for?
Right.
And they didn't know because they were still working on it daily.
Right. No, I mean, absolutely. I mean, people could say what they want about George Taylor, but I mean, he stepped into to that CEO position that's kind of always been filled by a specific type of person, right? And he comes in with this business background and he brings things, and whether you like it or not, I mean, it is better for the industry.
He is so great for us. So
I think
great.
he is. Yeah.
We're very grateful to have George and his wife.
Chris,
Chris,
absolutely. Yeah. Who doesn't love her?
Yeah.
Like she's like, hey George, step aside. She's the CEO. But no, I appreciate you taking the time to stop by. Congrats on the win. I don't know what you could go do right now, but just go back. I mean, you're probably staying at home, right?
Hey, we're clear of the COVID testing. We are going out tonight. We got the go around celebration at Texas Live. Quarantine is over with for me. I will see the fans at Texas Live. My buddy Josh Ward's playing in Fort Worth. Might stop at the Huey party.
There you go.
So
we haven't got a chance to go over there, but I heard it worked out for those guys. I was wondering when they were going to do that, if enough people would go to make it worth it for him, but it looks like it did.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Well, alrighty, guys. We're going to let Tuff get on with his night. He actually gets to have one and not just go home. So congratulations on the win. Glad you got it done. It was a beautiful, beautiful run. One of the fastest times we've seen the entire rodeo. So who better to do it than yours truly here? Yeah, have fun.
Right on. Thanks, bud.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. This has been The Gauge, hosted by me, Chance Conrado, produced and edited by our guy Ty Yeager. Shout out to the executive producers, Dustin Pointer and Cody Denton. Marketing and content produced by Riley Chone. Our theme song is by Shay Ashshire and the Night Howlers. Make sure to rate and review this podcast, as well as follow The Gauge on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And make sure to subscribe to The Gauge wherever you get your podcasts. We'll see you guys next time.